Hello, everybody. It is now time for episode 20. There we go.
The big 2-0.
Oh, we've made it to...
Next year, for our American fans, we will be legally able to drink. But we've been doing that since episode 1. And that's how we came up with this show, Drunk.
Yes, it is the We Only Do One podcast.
Only do one take podcast, buddy. You named it too.
It is the We Only Do One Take podcast. It's the only podcast that is a real shit show.
That's right.
Did I get the tagline?
Yeah, it's a complete shit show. It is the only podcast that is a complete shit show.
Oh, complete. Hang on.
You did write that down.
No, I missed the word complete
You
there.
did. But it is a complete shit show. It is a real shit show. It is all of the above.
And it's a very professional podcast as well. And joining me once again, he's turned up again. He's looking terrible.
It's a bit rough this week.
He is liquored up. He's had a muesli bar, and I wouldn't be surprised if he probably passes out. Please welcome Turch.
Thank you once again, Kieran, the CEO, the birthday boy of the podcast.
Thank you.
It just
Thank you very
happens to be his birthday this week, so please send him all the hate mail. I'm so sick of getting it. Please send it to him this week.
And
really get his spirits down so he has reason to drink.
And look, yes, I'd love hate mail. I would be the best. Oh shit! There goes my mic. I would. It's on a bit of a slant at the moment. But anyway.
Why are you a good one? And he'll fuck it up. I spend the extra money.
No, I would love the hate mail because I don't give a shit.
That's true. That's true.
I would never take it personally. And do you notice something? Huh?
You're in a shirt,
I'm in a shirt.
which is amazing.
Yeah.
For a CEO, usually you're in like a
Tracky dacks and a jumper.
I was gonna say like a turtleneck and chinos, but all right, let's go with your one there. I was thinking of buying you a gift,
Oh, okay.
and I was thinking about it, and then I thought to myself, no, he doesn't like gifts. And then I thought, no, what he means, he doesn't like birthday cards. But I'm like, no, that's me. So in the end,
I don't like birthday cards either.
and
Even though I did for a while work for pop-up cards.
but at the end of the day, I didn't get you anything. So instead, everyone says it's the thought that counts. Instead, I'm going to tell you what I thought about getting you and decided against it.
Okay.
Only because I felt like there would be this rivalry if we got it. And I was going to buy you this thing called a cloner willy. Mm-hmm. Have you ever heard about this?
Yeah, you put the mold over your erect penis.
Yes.
And then it clones it.
Yes.
Into
but
like
not
a
only
dildo.
that, the version I wanted to buy you also had a vibrating aspect to it. So once you molded it, you put the vibrator in there and it runs on one AA battery.
Oh, wow.
And you get yourself a vibrating mold of your own cock.
Well, there you go. Mine would be much bigger than yours, so
Well,
I can see why you didn't buy it.
Well, I was going to do this, and I thought, oh, you'll probably just get one for me for my birthday, and then we both have our cock molding units waiting. Because I was like, you going to do it first? No. And then, but if that is something the fans would like, we will buy each other a cock molding kit each. Or if you like to purchase us a cock molding kit each.
We should really start a wish list.
That's right. If you'd like to see this done, we will both mold our cocks and people will be able to vote on it, and then we can even auction them off.
There you go. That's that. Well, we if the fans want it, we'll put a
If the
poll
fans
up.
Want it,
We'll give
they're going to get it.
The fans can get what they want.
They can get fucked by both of us. Birthday boy, have you got a rant for us?
Well, it's been an eventful week. I almost spent my birthday, when it ticks over at midday, in hospital.
Yes.
Not me personally.
Personally, yep.
A good friend of mine rang me up, and I was at work at the time. And I get this text message that says urgent, so I leave it because I'm working. Right?
That's why you don't respond to any of mine. That's why I first send you pictures of tits first, and then I sent you a text like, "Oh, tits! Ah, damn, Turch, he got me again. He got me again."
Now, in my mind, I'm going, I was going to meet this person for dinner. He probably wants me to pick something up. I haven't finished work. Fuck off. Anyway, then I'm like, I should probably get on the phone and see what's going on. So I quickly get on the phone, still at work, and he goes...
The horror.
He goes, I'm on my way to hospital. And I go, okay, I'll call you later. And I hang up.
Like Ambo Hospital, like driving there.
I don't know. I was dealing with a tantrum at the time. I was about to get like a chair thrown at me.
Yeah.
Right? From one of my clients. So I was like, oh, I heard I'm on my way, which means he's fine. He's talking to me. He's going to the hospital, which is the best place he could be at, right?
Well, if he's sick and he needs to see a doctor and he has private health insurance, absolutely.
So anyway, I finish work. I try to get onto him. Can't get onto him. So I'm panicking a little bit. I'm going, oh, well, this is a bit strange. Ring around. Anyway, eventually find out that he's on his way to the Austin Hospital.
Yeah.
Not the Northern.
That's
the
good.
the
Good
Austin
choice.
Hospital. I would pick the Austin over the Northern any day.
I would pick any... Austin's not a private hospital either, but I would definitely go to a private hospital. No, having my experiences back with my broken legs, I would definitely say go to the private.
Well, do you know what? I think for heart conditions, right? You public hospital, and you in ER. You're in ER like through the door. As soon as you get something wrong with your heart, you're in, right?
Yeah.
So anyway, I make my way over. I make my way over to the hospital, and my peer support training kicked in, right?
Right.
You know, peer support.
Is this the same support that you gave your friend who was sick on the side of the road and you called the cops over to you laugh at him, or is this a different kind of support?
This is a different kind of support. Well, my peer support training did kick in that night as well.
Yeah. Episode 17, people.
So I'm there at the hospital, and I go, you know what? Before I see him, I better make sure if don't look after myself, how am I supposed to look after anyone else?
Oh, of course.
So I went to go get some dinner as a good friend. And I also hadn't had a coffee and I had a huge headache, so I needed a coffee. And this is where my rant comes in.
Okay.
There's no good food or drinks at hospital.
Yeah. I agree. Especially, you know what? I know that hospital.
Yes.
And there's not even really much around it that you can just quickly go in and get some.
I was thinking where I parked, I should have just gone in on the main road.
Yeah, that's it. I was going to say, if you walked down that way, you would have found something. But it's still like a fair walk. It's not like you can just swing past.
No, you can't.
You know, and there's not even fast food.
It was a joke.
It's barren wasteland.
It is. Their coffee I was very upset with. And I ended up getting carrot cake.
That's okay.
It was terrible. And there was no good food.
It's always a mystery to me, carrot cake.
And hospital, yeah.
It's like, how can we make cake not delicious? Let's put carrots in it.
The fact that I thought that carrot
cake was the best choice. Yeah, that's pretty fucked up.
that shows you something. But do you know what's even worse? When you walk into an ER department, right? Mind you, I saw all the people that I was like, what are you doing here? Just, you should be at the GP.
Or just why, go tomorrow.
Like, why are you waiting? And the other thing I realized, they make the ER rooms really small, the waiting room.
Yes.
I was like, wow, this is really small. It's probably designed that way.
It's to influence people, like, go to the GP instead of waiting around.
Yeah. So anyway, I look at these people and I'm going, oh, God, disgusting people of society. Make my way through the door into the actual ER room, which it was my first time I've ever been in there.
Oh, really?
Yeah. The last time I actually was at hospital, I had chest pain, which turned out to be heartburn.
Yep. Living the dream, Kieran.
I turned up to hospital with chest pain. They gave me some goo to drink, and then they said, go to the GP. And I went down to the GP, and the GP walks in and says, can you lie down? And I lie down, and they go, how's that? I'm like, much better. And she goes, you got heartburn. So
ladies, not only does he have bowel problems, but also heartburn. So ladies, he is single and ready to flamingle. Please give us a call. And now, soon you'll be able to call into the show, which is even more exciting.
That is very exciting. So the ER room, right? It's bloody. There's all these beeping noises and all that kind of stuff. Anyway, I thought it was I was actually quite entertained.
Yeah,
but it was relatively. I wouldn't say quiet, but I was like, I thought this place would be more hectic. Like, what's going on?
Well, it's one of those things where they probably want to keep it at a nice mellow level. Like, you don't want to be like people running around like going, like,
yeah,
that would be health hazard for not only the people that are sick, but also the doctors and nurses that are doing a fantastic job.
Yes, probably. Anyway, I find my friend. He's being checked out or whatever. I thought I needed to take direct action. I needed to find a chair, which is impossible to find.
Oh, yeah.
In the ER. But I found one.
Well, I'm very impressed.
Thank you very much. I found one. I got to sit down. I told my friend that he was useless. If he's stuck here in hospital, there's no point having a friendship. Why am I even here? I was very supportive, and that's what you've got to be in those moments. You've got to be supportive. So which I was. Mm-hmm. Then, because my brother's a nurse and he has worked at the Austin Hospital, I decided to text him. And I think I should probably read these text messages out.
Oh, please do, because I have some texts and messages of my own that we sent to each other back and forth. And, see, that same night, which we were going to celebrate a few things. We were going to celebrate Dead City Ruins releasing their album with our good friend, Nick Trash. And I was there. And I was waiting at the bar for you. Mm-hmm. So I said, you got to come along. He's like, yeah. And I'm like, where is Kieran? Where is Kieran? And I see this picture on Facebook of you in a hospital with our friend lying down. And then I'm just like,
we'll have to put this photo up.
Yeah, we will. And I message you saying on Facebook saying, what the fuck happened? And you've stated, going on your rant.
Yes.
It's a terrible experience. The food is average, the coffee is average, and there is a lack of chairs, which is everything you just described. And then
they're all valid points.
All up, I would give it 1 out of 5-star experience. And I said, what actually happened? Top review, lack of hot dogs, takes it down to a 0.5.
So I'm very concerned with my friend. My brother's done work in ER. He does heart stuff or whatever. Anyway, so I text him, and I go, "Are you working tonight?" And he goes, hang on, where is it? Sorry, just cut this part out.
Yeah.
Okay. You working tonight? My brother was meant to, but I'm sick, and he's actually very sick at the moment. Mm-hmm. I didn't realize how sick he was when I was texting him, my great brother. And I go, now I got a friend in ER at the Austin, and he goes, why? And I go, let's not get bogged down in the details. Where is a good place to get coffee near the Austin Hospital? I then get a message. It then says, take a screenshot of the monitor right hand side of him. And I go, no, you haven't told me where is a good place to get coffee.
It's a real good trade-off, isn't it? Like, I'm looking for coffee. You want pictures of monitors. Yeah. We can do this deal quite easily. I still have the upper hand in this situation.
I do. Which he then told me where to go. And I went, right, well, I'm not sure how long you're going to be here, but if I'm going to... we'll block out the name there. for privacy there. So I go, I'm not sure how long you're going to be here, but I'm getting a goddamn coffee.
Yeah.
Right? Which I actually never got in the end because I realised it would have been too late at that point. And the places probably would have been shut and I didn't want to walk out in the cold. But all up, hospitals need to up their game with the dining... The
food and beverage experience.
Yes, the food and beverage experience.
You know what? This seems like a job for my CEO because he's also the food and beverage chairman of the We Only Do One Take podcast.
That's right, chairman.
And I would like to thank the chairman for my muesli bar just before the show. Very delicious, very delicious, very delicious.
Tonight's episode is sponsored by Garmin's. That's gourmet protein bar, coconut yogurt, and roasted nut. That's 10 grams of protein with every Garmin's bar, gluten-free.
That was a delicious one too, actually. It had the yogurt on it.
Yeah, they're not bad, those ones. Do you have a story for us?
Oh, Kieran. I want to start with this story here, and I'll get on to Nintendo have released some more information about the genitals of their characters, which is always great. But we'll start with this one because I want to tell a story about my nonna and put on my nonna voice. So first of all, Muslims consider Queen Elizabeth's ties to the Muhammad prophet, the Prophet Muhammad. Reactions of the Queen's purported Muslim extraction has been varied in the Arab world. So it's a very long article. There's lots of little bits to this, but I really like this article because basically what they're saying is some Muslim higher-ups believe that the Queen of England is actually like a descendant of the Prophet Muhammad.
Okay.
So according to reports from Casablanca to Karachi, the British monarch is a descendant of the Prophet Muhammad, making her the cousins of the kings of Monaco and Jordan and Iran's supreme leader. Her link to Muhammad had previously been verified by Ali Gomar, a former Grand Mufti of Egypt.
I'm the Mufti of this...
Yeah, I'm the Mufti of my... No, I'm the Mufti of my house.
Yeah, and I'm the Mufti of my house.
So the reactions of the Queen's purported Muslim extraction has been varied around the Arab world. Some have warned of the plot to revive the British Empire with the help from the Muslims, particularly the Shias, who revere the Prophet's descendants. What I really like about this story is that, like, out of all the religions, like there's millions and hundreds and lots of religions.
And I want to point out that I'm not bringing up religion yet.
No, that's fine. I know that's fine. That's fine. But the big thing I want to talk about with this story is that
how pathetic religion is.
Well, there's that. If they think like the Queen of England is their prophet, and they can't prove anything. But they're now saying that if she's a descendant of Muhammad, she is the most powerful person in the religion.
That is what they would be saying, right? Yes.
And this is where I was like reading this article going, oh my God, that means they have to, what? If she's actually a descendant.
They have to start drinking tea is what you're saying.
Yeah, they have to start drinking tea. They have to become...
Eat pork.
Eat pork. They have to do everything that an English person would, like eat blood pudding.
Yep.
Have bad teeth.
Drink, smoke, follow a shitty football team like Arsenal. Yes, I just ruined everyone's Arsenal fans. Shame. Oh, we don't have any Arsenal fans.
I'm sure we do.
I don't know. Unless our Sydney follower goes to them. Which in that case, if he does, fuck you, buddy. Fuck you.
He's really got it in for you. I don't know why.
No, he just lives in Sydney,
That's why he's got it in for you.
If he lived in a great town like Melbourne, which is currently hosting the Melbourne International Comedy Festival.
That's true.
I would have no issue. But he lives in Sydney. Why would you... I've been to Sydney a few times.
I was just in Sydney.
It's terrible. Did you not have a terrible experience?
Well, I was only there.
Tell me about your terrible experience.
Great. I grabbed a cab and I hopped on a boat.
So you weren't even there long enough. They were like, get out of our town. We don't want you.
No, it was the other way around. I said, I want to get out of here. Let me give me on the biggest boat you can find. I need a drink.
See, Turch doesn't even like Sydney. Otherwise, he would have stayed there longer.
My brother was actually stayed in Sydney while I was on my cruise. So he said he enjoyed Sydney.
Your brother didn't go on the cruise with you?
No.
Why didn't he go on the cruise with you?
Because he's doing his masters or something.
Your parents were paying for it, weren't they?
Yeah, that's I said for him to come along.
He's an idiot.
He is an idiot. Anyway, he went with his girlfriend but not girlfriend to Sydney. I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah. No. But anyway, the reason I bring up this story, and I really like this story, is because have you ever heard of like those things like you do the DNA test and you find out like which part of the world your family's from, like your ancestry?
Don't do the ancestry.com things.
No.
Because that's Jehovah's Witnesses.
That is Jehovah's Witnesses. Now you brought up religion.
Very, very skeptical of them.
So my brother, who's a biotech guy, found a place that does it proper. Like, it's a proper laboratory and they do the right thing. And so my uncle and aunt sort of did it and they said they got really cool, interesting results. Mm-hmm. And then they're like to my nonna and nonno, hey, nonna and nonno is Italian for grandparents, like grandmother and grandfather. And they're like, hey, how about you do it? Like, it'd be really interesting to see. Like, I can sort of gauge from where you guys came from, what I'm going to be like. So I'm going to be a mixture, close enough. And my grandparents were like, that's great. And then we thought, okay, we'll buy that for you for Christmas or birthday or something like that. So we bought them this test. They did the test. They sent it away and they got it back and they get all the results. And now have you ever met my nonna, Kieran?
What are you doing?
Yeah. Have you met her though? Properly met her? I'll have to introduce you. If you have,
No.
I'm sure you haven't.
Can we have her on the show?
I will try my very best. She'll be very confused in a very
Great.
cute way. She's gorgeous, but she's about this tall,
Yep.
and by this tall I mean she's about 4 foot something.
Yep.
The
So
top
she's
end of-
taller than you.
just. And she found out what she is, and she's reading through the list, and she's pretty good at stuff like that. My nonna's the numbers guy, but she's pretty good at stuff. And she's coming up to us, and she's going, I'm at least 70% Mediterranean, and I've got a beautiful little bit of this, a little bit of Spain, and then I'm 2% black. And we're like, sorry, Nonna? Like, what was that? I just black. I think it was because of my father. He used to work on the power lines. And he was a black man. And I'm like, Nonna, you can't just go around. So she's been going around, at least for like the last 6 months, going, yes, I'm a black.
I love the accent as well.
That's exactly how she sounds. It's maybe a little bit exaggerated. But she's been going around telling people that she's black. So now, please don't appropriate my black culture.
Okay.
I am a rap artist now.
Yes.
I've swapped over from guitar because my nonna has told me that I am black. And that's all that really matters.
Well, there you go.
Yeah. Don't eat my lasagna or wear...
Turch is black.
Turch is black. How did that happen? No one really wants to know. But she's
So
adorable.
maybe I should be worried about the dildo molding now because you're black.
Oh, I should have told you this story after we did the giant cock in it.
I'm more confident going, I'm going to kick your ass. Finally, I can kick your ass at something. Now you tell me you're black.
Well, 2%. I don't even know about my dad's side.
Stereotyping is wrong. by
I
the
might
way.
be even more black on my dad's side. You'd never know. With the last name Turch, I shouldn't have said my surname on the fucking podcast.
That's right. You can bleep that out.
Yeah, that's true. With the last name of Turch, which means Turkish in Italian, I might be, might be a bit more black than we think. But anyway,
I'll ask Jess when she comes in next.
she likes to rant about that. Anyway, Kieran,
Yes.
what do you have on your side of the table?
Huge 7-foot beast described as half human.
He's talking about my penis. Oh, that was... Whew, sometimes this show... sometimes it lets me do
Can you
jokes.
go back to being sick? Huge
I've
7-foot...
had us half a scotch. That and the meds are feeling great.
Huge 7-foot beast described as half human, half animal leaves residents terrified after savaging 2 dogs. And normally I'm skeptical of stories like this,
So am I.
but wait until you see the photo.
Pass that bad boy of a photo over here
Yeah.
when you can.
Yeah, neighbours have been left spooked by the beast, which is walking on all fours and has long, thin legs.
Uh-oh.
Here,
Is it Slender Man?
pardon?
Is it Slender Man?
I don't know, but here it is. All
Right,
right.
I'm looking. Oh, that's a pretty freaking looking thing.
Can you describe it for me?
Yeah, I would say
Heavily pixelated.
it's very heavily pixelated.
It's amazing that no one can get a good shot these days.
You know what? I don't think that it's like Bigfoot, right?
Yeah.
I don't think people. I just think Bigfoot's blurry. Like if you looked at him in real life, Bigfoot would just be blurry.
He's blurry, yeah.
and that's
right.
why when people go, "I've got a photo of him," it's like, "Yeah, it looks a bit blurry." But it's like, no, that's actually him. And I think it's the same for this picture here. This looks like one of those
Mutated horses.
yeah, I would say a cross between a horse and a look, it just looks like a Photoshop. That's all I'm gonna say. It's pretty good. You should post it on the Facebook page and ask people what they think it looks like. It looks like a cross between a dog that's like had really elongated legs. That's what it really looks like.
You know what? They've probably taken a photo of a cheetah or something like that, and then blown it up so it's pixelated, and then somehow shrunk it and it's remained pixelated.
Well, you can do that even in Paint. You just change the resolution.
Oh, is that what you do?
Yeah, that's a trick. There you go, people. Microsoft Paint tips with
Well, this
Turch.
person, because it savaged 2 dogs, obviously went to great length to say, look at what savaged my 2 dogs. I didn't want to say it was me.
That's a big. Oh, okay. Now you're the conspiracy theorist.
Where's Adam when you need him?
I like all these little conspiracy theories. That's like, was it in Australia, somewhere like in Melbourne or Sydney? They're like, oh, it's a big black tiger running through the bushes and it was killing cats or something. They found out it was just a fox. You know, it's just one of those things that people just shout out and they think.
Do you know rabbits?
I know rabbits.
Right. I turn up to someone's house and I go, "Oh my god, there's a giant rabbit outside!" And they're like, "Yeah, it's called a hare."
You're learning, buddy. You're learning.
That's right. I'm a doctor.
That's right. So this thing has killed 2 dogs.
Yeah, butchered 2 dogs.
You know, have you ever seen that Louis Theroux documentary and they talk about all the alien encounters around Area 51? They show like all those cows that have been like cut up and dissected and things like that.
Mm.
And like the cow's been cut and like parts of the organs have been taken out and they just leave them there.
No.
I feel like it's some sort of, weird thing like that. But it must be some really clever guy just like, oh, this is going to be the greatest prank ever. Like, people do this I reckon people do this sort of stuff for a laugh.
Mm.
And people just go, no, I believe it so much. I'm taking this at face value and I'm ready to rock and roll with this.
All I know is that I forgot what I was going to say.
And that's all you know. Oh, now, Kieran, I know you messaged me about this. Yes. Everyone was asking.
Yes.
You want to know more news about Nintendo characters.
I absolutely.
Because we posted, remember we talked about the size of Luigi's penis?
Yes, it's probably bigger than yours.
It was. It definitely is.
Yeah.
And then I found,
so you've checked it out?
Well, apparently it was 3.7 inches flaccid.
Right, yes.
Which doesn't mean anything because, some people are growers, some people are showers, and some people don't have one. But then I found another article which I posted that someone said, I don't even believe Luigi has a penis, which goes on to it. So it's on our Facebook page. Check it out. Another conspiracy. But I found another one. But this one is actually confirmed. So, do you know the character Waluigi?
The which one?
Waluigi.
No.
So Waluigi is like, how Mario has Wario?
Mm.
Yeah. Waluigi is like the opposite of Luigi.
Okay.
The same sort of thing. Ooh, excuse me. He's like he's got like a purple outfit. Counted the green of Luigi and this and that. He first appeared in the 2000 Nintendo 64 title Mario Tennis. So there you go. So he has. Other than that, he's never been in a game on his own. Like Wario's had a game on his own, Luigi's had a game on his own, Mario's obviously had at least.
What was Luigi's game?
Luigi's Mansion. It was on Dreamcast, and he's had a few others.
Oh.
A few others over there. And some earlier ones on like some really unknown consoles. But anyway, so Nintendo have come out, and Nintendo confirmed that Waluigi is uncircumcised for some reason.
Some serious board meetings have happened.
So, the president of Nintendo has come out and stated, Waluigi still has his foreskin. You won't ever see it, but it's there. We do not know why he remains uncircumcised. However, it may be a religious thing. It might not. But yes, Nintendo players can expect some exciting downloadable content for The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. So he got real sidetracked.
Is Nintendo moving into porn?
I don't even know what's going on because I'm sure you know what The Legend of Zelda is.
Yeah, it's a game.
Yeah, exactly right. And he's just gone from, one of our characters. You'll never see it, but he does have his foreskin, and you're able to download a whole bunch of cool stuff from for the new game. He continues. Sorry. So other people from Nintendo decide to weigh in on this conversation.
Mm.
Right. So not only did he just state this, other people in Nintendo are like, we better talk about this too. This is great to think.
Do they not have a comms
I
department?
was gonna say, this is like, we don't even have a comms department, and we communicate a lot better than this. But
It's because you don't get any work. All you're doing is communicating. You're just communicating.
so not everyone at Nintendo is confirming this new information. This was never brought up during Waluigi's concept stage, says Waluigi's creator. So going on, like, the article says some other things about how you can download more content for some other games and the final line of the article says, also, remember the Shy Guys, like in the Mario games?
Yeah.
Yep. This is what the head of Nintendo added. The Nintendo president of Japan.
I feel like I could talk to him, being a CEO.
Yeah.
Tick it off on the bingo cards.
Yeah. Also, remember the Shy Guys? None of them have gag reflexes, so you could really go to town if you wanted. Do you know how many times I read this and thought to myself, I don't know if this is real or not. And it just gets weirder and weirder. So anyway, this came from an article. This is what killed me more than anything. Like, after all that, like, that was so great. It's come from a website called The Hard Times.
Yes.
Which is hard drive, and they do video gaming journalism on the internet. And so right at the bottom of the article, they say, like, who it's by and stuff. And then at the end it says, hard drive is the most ethical gaming journalism on the internet. Follow us on Facebook and keep up. So this ethical journalism of video games website just reported that Waluigi is uncircumcised.
Yes.
Sometimes life is just a bit too nice. But seriously, what's happening at Nintendo? They're releasing one of the most popular consoles of all time. They're releasing new games, this and that, and they're going, hey, this guy's got a pretty big penis, and his counterpart, his evil version,
Hey, it's
still has his hat on.
because one of the greatest media platforms of all time, the We Only Do One Take podcast, is talking about it.
That's true. So you're going to tell the audience?
What?
If you still have your hat on?
If you still have your hat on?
Yeah. Are you circumcised?
Oh, right.
It's a yes from me. So
Right.
there you go. Fan fiction. Bring it all out. Kieran?
I'm pretty sure I'm circumcised.
There you go. What? Wait a minute. How do you not know?
Man orders Vegemite on toast at fancy restaurant. What turns up is ridiculous.
Uh-oh.
Yes. Sometimes when you go out for dinner, you just want some nice home comforts, and you're not in the mood for any fancy treats or weird and wonderful tastes. So, one person ordered Vegemite on toast from a restaurant, and he was just hoping for a nice normal snack. But when the waiter arrived with his meal, he couldn't believe what was on his plate. Guess what was on his plate?
Marmite?
No.
Vegemite.
Vegemite and toast.
What did he order?
Vegemite and toast.
Well, that's pretty good. so far, it's all the requirements of what he asked for has been hit. I'm very impressed. And by that I mean I'm not. So, what's the issue?
Well, there is no issue. It's just a news story that they've spun out that said someone ordered Vegemite on toast in America. No, England. Sorry, England. England.
Aren't they big on the Marmite there in England?
They are big on the Marmite.
That's good.
Yeah,
I would have thought.
fascinating.
Is that the article?
That's the article. That's me done.
So in episode 18,
Yes.
someone noticed that you tried to explain something to us, a difference between things.
Okay.
And I thought, and someone's like, hey, that was really funny. I don't know if Kieran was putting on the fact he's an idiot or not, but that was a really funny bit. You should do that bit again. See how
I don't even remember what this bit
Yeah,
was.
I don't even. I had to re-listen to it, and I thought, oh, that's pretty funny, actually.
What was I explaining?
I can't remember, but that's not the point. So I've added a new segment to our podcast. It's called Kieran Explains. And I've messaged a few of our select fans that are local, not interstate.
Okay. Suffering your jocks, James.
That's right, we'll get him one. He was meant to send in a rant to our inbox, and he didn't. So I'll have a chat. I'll have to message him.
Tell him to step up his game.
So I asked a few people, like, hey, what's something that you really want Kieran to explain? And I found a question. So this is from one of our past guests, Jess. And Jess wants to know, Kieran, why do people catch yawns?
Well, thank you very much for asking that question, Jess. And it's a pleasure to be here on this podcast to explain why people catch yawns.
Yawns, yep.
And it's a very scientific, complicated answer. And I think what Jess is really getting to is that why does she yawn? Why is she a yawner? And I think that's what we've really got to solve. And you know what we can actually set up because we've got the technology to do that. Let's call her.
Oh, jeez. This is going to be the world's most... Okay. Know what?
Let's do it.
Fuck it. If we're going to fuck it up, we might as well call Jess. Okay. No, it's okay. Let's just keep talking while we're doing this.
No. And I've got the answer here. Why do people yawn?
Alright, just give us a sec.
Oh, it's ringing.
Alright. I don't think she's going to pick up.
I hope she picks up. I really do.
He's on the phone right now. Please leave a detailed message after
I'll
the
leave her a
tone.
message.
When you have finished recording, you may hang up or press 1 for more options.
Hi, Jess. It's Kieran here from the We Only Do One Take podcast. It's the only podcast that is a complete shit show. Oh, she's calling in.
Jess, how you doing?
I'm okay.
Hey, guess what?
What?
Hi, Jess. It's Kieran here.
We are recording.
Okay.
You're our first call-in guest.
Okay. Right.
Hi, Jess. It's Kieran from the We Only Do One Take podcast. It's the only podcast that is a complete shit show. Did I say that one right? Did I say that right, Turch?
I think you did.
Are you legit actually recording this?
Jess,
we are,
let's not get bogged down in the details. Now, why do people yawn? I believe
Yes, that's the
was
question,
your question
that Jess asked.
Yeah. Okay.
Shut up, please, Jess. I'm trying to explain. And what we were discussing is why do you yawn? And I think that's what we've really got to get down to is why are you a yawner? And how is that impairing your daily functioning, right? So, and this is free advice, really. This is so we're going to work through this as we've got Jess on the line here right now. Jess, please, I'm trying to do my work now. Yawning is something that physically happens to you. Your mouth opens and stale air comes out of the mouth. Right, so you've got stale air in your lungs. Did you know that, Jess?
No.
Okay, so you got stale air, and your body needs to get rid of that stale air. So why do you need to get rid of that stale air? What is going on that you need to get rid of it? And
Are you making this up?
No, this is true. And what I think
I don't feel like this is true. I feel like you just made that up.
No, what I think is the problem, right, is that Turch is only 2% black, right, which means that his penis is really small because it's only 2% black, and that you're not getting satisfied. So
that's why I'm yawning.
So you're yawning. That's right.
No, what she's yawning because that's how big it is, mate.
Oh dear God.
I'm also God. Yes. This is God. You're on the line.
Godfrey Jones.
I think you just made all that stale air bullshit up.
No, but it's true. Yawning is you do actually release stale air, and that's your body, and you're yawning. And then when you see other people yawn, you've checked out. You're out. You're just like, fuck it. I'm gone. I'm out of here. Don't yawn. It's
How
bad.
did you know this? Did you Google it?
No, I haven't Googled.
Jess,
Jess.
I literally asked the question, and he
bit-
said he wanted to call you, And now we have that technology. So now we've called you and you're on the show.
Jess, what you've got to understand is that I'm.
Well, you're actually interrupting me watching Bachelor in Paradise.
Can we get some live updates? What's happening?
I'm watching Apollo at the moment. I'm having a really good time. And I'm not yawning.
Oh, okay. Who do you think is going to win?
I don't know how someone actually wins because it's couples, but I won't get bogged down in details.
Oh, that's good. We wouldn't want you to.
Okay. Can I go now? This is weird.
Alright, just thank you so much for being on the show unwillingly. I'll talk to you soon.
Hey, Jess.
Okay, yeah.
There's also a good voicemail I think you should listen to.
What?
Shall I just wait and listen to this podcast, maybe?
Yeah, just listen to the podcast. It's much better. Jess, thanks so much for being on the show.
Okay, bye. The fuck?
Anyway, and that is why you yawn.
I don't know if that was... Oh no, I think I lost that audio. I think I lost all the audio of Jess.
What?
I'm not even kidding.
Oh no, what a technical... Well, yeah.
I think I've lost all the audio.
Can we call her again?
I guess so. No, we can't do that.
Yeah, we'll do it again.
We're doing it.
We'll do it.
Jess,
Hello?
Jess, I'm very... welcome to the We Only Do One Take podcast. It's the only show that is a complete shit show. We actually lost all of that audio that we got of you talking. So Kieran... Kieran would like to...
Hey, Jess, it's Kieran here. How you going?
Oh my God. This is the most uncanny, fucked up, weirdest shit I've ever done.
People,
We just had this
Jess,
conversation.
So Kieran...
Jess, people won't know that we're doing a second take because we'll edit it. We'll edit it because they believe we only do one take. Now,
Kieran...
Is it recording now?
It was recording before, but I lost it. So that's the way we play.
So, Jess, thank you for calling in. And I believe you want to know, why do people yawn?
Okay, again.
And so I'm really happy to explain this, but I think what's really important is we need to get down to, why do you yawn, Jess? Why are you a yawner? And are you willing to do that, Jess? Are you willing to work with me to figure out why you yawn?
Okay.
Oh, great. Okay, so why do you yawn?
Because I have... You can't ask me the question. Didn't I ask the question?
Jess, who is
You're meant to be giving me the answer. I can't give you the answer.
who is the professionally trained person here? That's...
No one!
No. Why do people yawn? And it's a very complicated system. It's called stale air. You have stale air in your lungs. Did you know that, Jess?
Well... Oh, sorry. This is the first time I've heard this.
That's right.
No.
And when you yawn, you've got to release that stale air. You've got to get that stale air out. So what I'm recommending is, don't breathe in stale air.
How would you... What's your recommendation, Kieran, on how not to breathe in stale air? Maybe not re-listening and redoing a whole bit of a podcast. I reckon that's a good start.
I still think he's making it up. I don't know where you got this information about stale air from.
No, this is the freshest.
It's
this
true.
is the freshest air facts you can.
No, this is. I promise this is true. And one of the things is why you're not. Turch is only 2% black, so his penis isn't that large. So what's happening is you're not engaged, if you know what I mean, and you can't circulate the air around you. Are you following me here, Jess?
No.
All right, great. It's been a lovely time chatting to you. So thank you for your question.
And we'll see you next. And we'll see you
I'm
next.
really confused. Wait a minute. I want to say the thing again about me watching Bachelor in Paradise
Oh,
because it's a
are you
really great show.
Are you watching Bachelor in Paradise? Are you, Jess?
Yeah, you interrupted me watching
Oh.
Bachelor in Paradise. So I
Kieran,
think
this
I'll
is
get back
all
to that.
Kieran, this is all your fault.
Let's get a live update of what's happening in Bachelor in Paradise.
Well, I don't know at the moment because I was streaming it from my phone and now
Who do you think's going to
the
win?
phone's... Oh, I don't know because I don't know how it works.
If you had to date one person on the show,
Kieran. It would be
Apollo.
Kieran.
who would you date? I
Apollo.
meant the We Only Do One Take podcast, Jess. Thanks. Oh, you can't do that.
For a second.
God damn it.
Like, I legit feel like I'm in some weird fucking Groundhog Day, weird Twilight
Did you hear
Zone-y-
that fart? I farted into the microphone.
I think it's on the
Did
mic.
you hear it, Jess?
You will on the podcast. Jess, thank you so much for calling in. We really appreciate all your hard work. Well, we'll talk to you soon.
That is a stinker.
See you, Jess.
She's no longer with us.
She's gone. She's
Yeah.
gone. That's enough. Okay, so if we ever have a call in again, we won't. We'll get it a bit better next time. Kieran, have you got... Is it my turn for an article? Or it's your turn?
I don't know. No, it's your turn for an article, I think.
It's my turn for an article.
Because I talked about the Vegemite.
Oh, yes. Yes. Oh, this is the worst episode we've ever done. Kieran, if you were married
Yes.
and a mother-in-law stayed with you, how disruptive would she have to be until you gave her an invoice?
Day 2.
Day 2. Well, this gentleman's decided that the mother-in-law became such a nuisance, such a disruptive mother, that he invoiced her for her time.
Fair enough.
So a man has told a family law court that his 78-year-old mother-in-law broke a number of boundaries while staying at his marital home. Documenting the instances, the man stated the mother-in-law came into the marital bedroom in her underwear one Sunday morning when he was having a lie-in with his wife.
Uh-huh.
She rearranged his socks, underwear, and shirts in his wardrobe and came into the ensuite bathroom when he was drying himself after a shower. The man told the court, "For me, enough was enough."
Please tell me the judge ruled in his favour.
In evidence, the man said, "I cooked breakfast, lunch, and dinner for her," the mother-in-law. "I made her favourite dish, sherry trifle, which he poured the extra bit of sherry in for herself." All these just sound like just a really bad family holiday that I would just last on. One flashpoint came on Christmas night when the man was watching Tommy Fleming concert on television. He told the court, "I poured myself a glass of wine at around 11:45 p.m. The mother just burst through the door and she was ranting about the television being on. I was highly offended. This woman was a guest in my house." But the thing is, she's a guest in my house. She cannot be allowed to raise her voice and tell me what I can and can't watch on TV.
He is the man of his house. And as the man of his house, he can do what he wants.
The court also heard the man spent £900 on shrubs and plants that his mother-in-law pulled up because it did not appeal to her. She threw them in the bin.
Is she trying to get him to divorce his wife?
I don't know what's going. This is like one of those Twilight.
It's almost like, have you remember that show Wife Swap?
Yes.
I loved that show. I love
it's
watching it.
It's grandmother. It's mother-in-law swap, except it's exactly the same. But Wife Swap is always a great show because the British one and the American one were always very different. Like the British one would be like, "We're gonna take a woman from the upper middle class and put her on to the absolute middle class. Let's see what happens when the Americans are like, we've got a country girl from the South and a black girl from Detroit. Let's swap them around. Woohoo, yeah. Let's see what happens.
All right,
It was a very different dynamic.
We come up with a new show, Mother-in-Law Swap.
Mother-in-law swap.
Mother-in-law Swap.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Is it the same premise, wife swap, but we swap the mother-in-laws?
Yes, it is exactly the same.
I reckon we just do mother-in-law swap, but we just basically grab the dads, and we just make them go to a bar together, and they just complain about everything. That's all they do.
That'd be boring TV to watch.
No, it'd just be the podcast.
Just give them a podcast.
Yeah. Anyway, so he's suing his mother-in-law, which is pretty impressive. Like, I've never sued anyone in my life, not yet anyway. I mean, this podcast is happening, so we never know what's gonna happen.
You'll probably sue me one day.
Probably, yeah. For $50, it'll be some real petty thing. We'll go to court and dress up.
$1.
Yeah. It's the principle of it, Kieran. It's the principle of it.
I'm a man of principle.
No, that's not true at all. Neither of us, really.
Excuse me. Did I not turn up to golf
That's true.
wearing a collared shirt?
That's very
T-shirt?
true. And shorts.
It was a hot day.
You were very cute. There's absolutely some great footage of you playing some golf.
There is.
I took my time editing those clips together to make sure it was the perfect camera angle of the outcome of your great golf shots.
I'm just impressed that all those TV cameras were there that day.
Oh, it's one of those days on a Monday. That's when they really come down to the Royal Bundera.
And I'm sorry you lost by a point.
Oh, so let me tell the story. So I went on my my holiday. I went to Vanuatu and a few other little places. But one of the places in Vanuatu is this place called the Blue Lagoon.
Mm.
It's beautiful. It's basically a big lake-looking thing. It's a lagoon, and the water is like beautiful, clear, fresh blue.
Mm.
It's amazing. And my cousins are like, "Hey, you've got my little cousins. Hey, you've got to grab the rope and swing into the Blue Lagoon with us." I'm like, "Of course I'm going to do that. I'm a grown man. This is what I do. You kids can't tell me what I can and can't do." So of course I choose the highest swing first because I'm a man. Why not? And I swing into the water, and there's some great video of it. And when I look at my finger, my middle finger on my right hand, and I'm right-handed, I find that the cuticle is bleeding and it's starting to get purple and enormous in size. I'm like, this kind of hurts.
Swelling.
Lots of swelling.
You need to go to the ER department, obviously.
Exactly right. But, we're on a ship. So I'm like, yeah, fuck it. I'm on holiday. I'll just keep drinking. It'll be fine. That's antiseptic.
Yeah.
It's all good. Anyway, so a week goes past, and after the podcast when we recorded, the next day I was crook. So I went to the doctor. And I said, "Hey, doc, not only am I sick, which I still am, my fingers are still a bit sore. It's been about a week." And they're like,
man flu is terrible.
"It's the worst." So I hear the doctor look at my finger, go, "Oh, huh." And then I hear typing. "So you're taking tomorrow off as well. We need to do an x-ray." And I'm like, "Oh, okay." So I get my x-ray done. Fractured finger.
Fractured finger.
No finger banging for 4 weeks. I'm like, okay. Terrible. So that means that you, Kieran,
yes.
played golf against a man
Yes.
who had a fractured finger
Yes.
and lost.
Yeah, I did lose, yes.
Yes.
By one.
By one.
Which is really shitting me. Because on that last hole, I took 2 terrible shots.
It was a great game.
Which, if I didn't,
You would have won.
I would have won.
You would have won, and you would have been a cripple.
I panicked, and I would have been in a cripple, and I would have been very happy. And the fact that I lost, I was very disappointed.
Oh, far out.
Now I'm, good warm up because I'm about to go on holidays.
Yeah.
And I'll be playing golf in Queensland.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You bringing your clubs, or just gonna rent them?
I'll rent them.
Yeah.
Yeah, flying Jetstar. So.
Oh, yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
It's true. So one of the things you talked about last week was how to survive a family holiday. And you wanted some of my tips and tricks and stuff. And I thought, let's discuss. Let's share our tips and tricks of how to survive. Because you've flown a lot more than I have, I feel. Because you do a lot of trips to Vietnam and, And
I was actually talking to someone today.
Yeah.
And I said, I'm really worried about... My sister's here. Yeah, no, I was saying I was really worried about flying this time. And someone's like, why are you worried about? Because I'm like, when I get on an airplane, normally it's just me. It's my veg out time. No one in the world can contact me. And it's great. Now I'm going to have kids sitting behind me.
Yep.
Going, Kieran.
Oh, going behind your seat, going.
Yeah.
Can you stop kicking the seat? Can you please stop kicking the seat? That's going to be you on
That
this
is going to be me.
So I was okay on the flight because it was only an hour and stuff like that to fly to Sydney. But the trick is when it comes to family holidays, I found anyway, is to make sure the kids are away from you and to have always front access to the bar and the food. Now, you're very good at this.
Oh, absolutely. There's no worry there.
There's no worry there. So I think if you just stay not sloshed, but we're talking like a good buzz from the beginning of the holiday to the end of the holiday, I think you'll have a good time. Despite the fact that you are going to... Is it a wedding?
North Queensland.
Yeah, North Queensland wedding. And then you're going to this is the respectable thing you have to do. You have to sober up for the scattering of the ashes. And then you can start drinking as much as you want. And then you'll be fine. Because the kids won't bother you if you're too drunk. Because they're like, oh, no, that. Kids know when men are too drunk. Because,
I will
but you know why?
take that on notice and I will apply.
You know why?
Why?
You know why kids know that men are too drunk? Because they want to do lots of stuff with them. Because adult men are just drunk kids. Or just kids. You know, drunk men are just kids. And kids are just drunk men. You know, oh, I want to do this. Yeah, let's do that. Just do crazy, all that sort of stuff. Their mothers always know that the men are drunk. And they're like, don't go near that man. Don't do that. No, you're going to get hurt. You're going to get hurt. But the girlfriend say the same thing to the man. Stop doing that. Don't say that. You're going to get hurt. It's going to hurt tomorrow. It's exactly the same.
You're just like,
bah. Yeah, like, oh, I got this in the bag.
Oh, hilarious. No, I'm excited.
No, you'd be right. You'd be
fine.
right. Just as long as you get to the bar.
The bar before the flight, I'll be fine.
Yeah,
Though it is like an 8 a.m. flight.
That's right. It's 24 hours at the airport, isn't it?
Fine. It'll be fine. Turch, it has been a lovely podcast.
It's been a fantastic podcast. I can't believe we had our first call in and it went so swimmingly.
I'm going to make this promise, but I haven't booked him yet.
Yeah.
Unless you've booked someone that I don't
I
know
haven't
about.
booked anyone yet. I've been...
I think we're going to have a great guest next week.
I'm excited.
This person really wants to come on the podcast.
Excellent.
Been really excited. Strap yourself in.
Yeah.
Because I think it's going to be a mammoth long podcast.
Excellent. That's what we kind of want.
So, I will confirm, but I think it's going to be absolutely brilliant.
Well, I am looking forward to it completely. Kieran, thank you for another lovely podcast. If you would, all our fans out there, if you continue to subscribe to us on SoundCloud, that'd be fantastic. If you continue to give us a like on Facebook and our Facebook
Let us
group.
know about your rants because we can get you on.
That's right. But also, if you'd like to give us a rant and you'd like to record your own, because sometimes, being on the phone is a bit daunting. We understand that. It's hard to do that. If you'd like to send us a rant after you've recorded it on your phone or something, just send it to our email address, which is weonlydoontakepodcast@gmail.com. Very simple, nice and easy to remember. It's the name of our podcast with @gmail.com at the end. If you could give us a share, a like, a retweet, all those sort of euphemisms for share us around and show us to your mates, that would be amazing because that's the only way we grow. We've done really well. We've had some really organic growth over the time with our special guests and things like that. But the more we grow, the more fun stuff we can do, like, try to get call-ins and stuff like that. And we do want to get more fans on the show, or if you've got some content you want us to share on the show and share with the people, send it in. We will do our absolute best to not butcher your funny content. I think that's just about everything I can think of at the moment. If you've got a question for Kieran, for our Kieran Explains segment of the podcast, please send it through. We will also ask Kieran some fun questions. And if we can get you on the phone at the same time, we'll do that too. But no promises that'll ever work. Maybe we'll scrap that bit whole. Just cut that bit. Kieran, thank you so much for another show. And we will see you all next Thursday. Jess is gonna kill me. I can't believe I didn't save it. I went to turn it off. That's
I was just like, stuff it. Let's
do it again. We only do one take, literally. We won't.
Here's mine.
Oh.
So I'm gonna say hi to my niece.
Yeah, it's alright. Let's do that.